Good afternoon. My name is Woosung Park, research engineer in Surutop, and I'm the last person who present today. So please, a little bit attention more. So we left maybe 20 minutes. So thank you for attention, and it's great honor to be here and have a presentation with educate to LRIT Shipboard listening system. So if you have any question, please note that with the page number, so it might be helpful to understand when you have ask a question during the Q&A session. So today I'd like to proceed by divide my presentation into three parts. Which one is the introduction. We cover the background and advantages, and in the weather set, I would like to explain what is the GK2A and what is the weather set and system configuration and then product list 2. And then in conclusion, I would like to explain what is the expected effect and develop plan for GK5. So before we go any further, I'd like to introduce our company, Surta. As you can see in the image, this is our company, the pictures, and then the company is established in the 1995, and our headquarters is located in the Daejeon in South Korea. And we also have an office located in the USA. Our business is focused on the two business, which is the satellite business field and aviation business field with UAV. We specialize in the development and establishment of the satellite system, which is the ground station, data receiving, data processing, and utilization. And we work with various domestic organization or agency, such as the KMA, is the Korean Meteorological Agency, and then Minister of the Nature Defense. And we also participate in lots of the satellite system program in the world. For example, we did for the Africa, and we did also ODA for with Bangladesh or etc. So, but enough for our company introduction. I will move to the development background now. According to the KAMSA, which is the Korean Marine Transport Safety Authority, marine accidents occur frequently. And as you can see the chart, there almost 70% is of them occur in the fishing boat. These maybe have a lots of the facts that cause such a marine accident, but most of imperative prevent measure will be real-time data. In fact, the non-expert experts have a difficult to understand or obtain that kind of information. So moreover, old fishermen could maybe have a little bit weak access to get understand the information and technical difficulty. So to respond to proper time. So this is not only problem in the Korea. I think it's all over the world. So we develop the user-friendly system, which called the weather set. So here's the product called Weather Facts. It's already exists in this world, and they using the shortwave communication transmission method. And then this service area is for 740 kilometers, and then they provide analog data, which is black and white images, and then they also provide one image per 10 minutes. But we have developed with the name is the weather set. This is based on the satellite communication transmission method, and then it's covered at 3,700 kilometers. and it includes Asia, Oceania, and Western Pacific. And we also provide various service, which is the audio or text, some imagery data. So, and compared to weather facts, we have 10 imagery data per every 10 seconds. And as you can see here, the contents can be expanded in the future, and then I will talk to you later a little bit more. And this is the coverage for the GK2A, the yellow part in there. So if you in the Shipboard will be in there, we can get any data from the weather set data. So let's move on to system. WeatherSat utilize the GK2A data. So for one of them is might be not know that what is the GK2A. So here's the GK2A. It's called the GeoComSat 2A. It's for the Korean geostationary satellite. It performs the meteorological and space meteorological observation mission, which produce 52 type of the meteorological product. This satellite is able to real-time high-resolution meteorological observation, and it's operated since 2019. And then GK2 have three type of the broadcasting service, which is UHRT, HRT, and LRIT. So HRT is the ultra highlight information transmission. This bandwidth is using the X-band bandwidth. This is for the high resolution or high capability meteorological data. So they're using usually government or the organization. And HRT is for the highlight information transmission. They're using the L-band bandwidth. As you can see here, there is a difference between HRT and LRT. Is they're using for medium resolution meteorological data. And then here is the LRIT that we are using for the weather set. This is a low rate information transmission, and this is also using the L-band bandwidth. But might be some person think that why it looks like a low resolution or low capability, but why do you choose for the weather set our product? The answer is if you're using the ULIT or HRT, it have to be antenna size have to be bigger. For example, HRT have to if you want to get the data from the HRT service, it have to be 2 or 2.5 meter antenna, and then ULIT is much bigger, around the 6.0 meter. But compared to that, the LRT is much smaller. It's around 30 centimeter or 6 centimeter for just antenna. So it can be useful to use the even small ship, or the big vessel can be used as very usefully. So it provides a high quality digital marine data such as the marine weather information, ground weather chart, real wave chart, sea wind, and so on. So this is the weather set. So as you can see, the first picture over here. So inside over here there is an antenna, and the one is the receiver. So using this one, you can get the data from the GK2A LRIT broadcasting system. So using this one is able to receiving this kind of data, even the area was not no communication network. And we also provide the weather data imagery through the monitor or application, and I will show you later about that screenshot. And weather set increase the fisherman safety because we are keep monitoring status, the situation with the raised information. So this is the system configuration. As you can see here, for the antenna is inside here. So when you get the data from the LRIT service, you can use it, and using the smartphone or TV or tablet, you can use it wherever you want. And this one is for the product list. We actually have two kind of product. This first one is a maritime imagery. As you can see here, there is some model output, which is global wave height forecast, and some chart for veer wave, veer sea ice, and also they have SST, which means the sea surface temperature for 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, and also daily average SSD. In the other part, we have a weather imagery, as they have there is a weather chart, and upper level weather chart and surface weather chart too. And as you can see here, there is a IR data, and here, and also as for we, the fisherman actually might be have like a visual is really concerned that, so we put here for the fog, and then we also provide the type of information to the weather imagery. So here is the example of the marine imagery product. So one of them, and there is, you can see the resonant wave analysis data, and there is also global wave model in the upside, and the downside have a surface temperature forecast for 24, 48 hours, and 72 hours. So this is the example of the weather image product. We also provide the weather chart and fog data and IR data too. So this is the software screenshot that you can see that using the monitoring. So in the left side or the upper side, there is some status for the receiver. So if I have a problem with the receiver, it makes some indicator, so you might be easily understand what kind of situation is have to solve it. And there is the second one below there. This is for the information for the meteorological or something happen in the nature disaster. It comes out here, some short notice, and there. And then if you click the each of site, there make a, you can see one of the list over there. So if you click one of the list, you can see the like this way. And then, as I mentioned before, you can we try to be frequent, like a user-free, friendly system. So we also make application. So if you here, if this is, we also support Android and iOS. So if you try to download it with a barcode, or you can download it, or if you want to just try to write down the weather set, you can easily download the system. So might be if yeah, and then weather information is displays only when they connected with the server or the receiver. So if you download it, maybe not see the weather information, but if you want to try this one, try it. So this is the conclusion for our system. The weather set purpose is a secure maintenance accident safety through the real-time information. So we expect it to reduce ship or human accident occur in the sea through the pre-monitoring of the severe weather. Because we provide weather forecast information or disaster testing alarm, kind of relevant information we just give us to the using also mobile. So if you have other system is you can know that what comes or what the disaster will come. So you will take action before you have it. And as you might be know that we cannot actually make an observation network in the sea, in the site because it's too wide. So using this weather setting, it might be more efficient to get the accurate or advanced data from it. And then regarding to the product size, it could be installed even the small fishing boat with a reasonable price. And then we also provide the fisher information that so it might be helpful to get more income for the fishermen too. And then last thing is that using this our system with another maybe data, it make another the high value kind of data, so it might be helpful to in another or various field. So this is the last presentation for that I want to share. GK2A is for schedule operated by until 2029. And according to the GK5 planning report 2021, they start to prepare to request to GK2A. And as I mentioned before, the weather is possible to expand the contents. So after they launch the GK25, we might be think that it's able to using this GK5 data to the weather too. And then we also using the another country's data using for sorry about that. Another country data also is possible to using it. So from the GK the weather set. So thank you for listening to my presentation. So if you have a question, please let me know.
Are there any questions for Woosung? Woosung, are your customers mainly located in Korea, or do you have customers from outside Korea?
Nowadays in Korea we have a customer in Korea, and then we didn't actually install it yet in the abroad, but there is a customer Indonesia customer. They try to install not in the ship. They try to using it for in the one of the island. So using get the data.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Kathy.
Are you using any CSPP software
in here? Actually, this is out of my area. So okay. Sorry about that.
All right, thank you.